Hi, I'm Helen from Helen Kennedy Designs, and I'm here to show you how to work the woven cross stitch that I use in a number of my patterns. I've included links in the description below so that you can make them if you want. And if you find this video useful, please press the like button and consider subscribing to my channel. Happy knitting! So you're joining me as I'm working here on my just passing through cowl. And the stitch that I use in this is this woven cross stitch that looks really great in variegated yarn against a nice contrasting colour. And I want to show you how to work this woven cross stitch. As you can see, I've already completed a little bit of the work, and you can see that the pattern is in this slightly offset mode rather than everything being aligned. There's an offset to the pattern, so you get this sort of trellis shape. So when you've finished round 4, it's a 4-round pattern repeat. So round 4 is the last round, and then we begin again. We get to our beginning of round marker, and as you start your new round, you need to position your work to account for this offset. And we do that by removing our stitch marker and then simply slipping 4 stitches purlwise. Okay, you can see that's where my yarn is, and we've got 4 stitches there. And then we're just going to pop our beginning of round marker back. So each time you start working with your coloured yarn and you're starting round 1 of that 4-round repeat, you will be slipping your first 4 stitches, and your beginning of round marker will be moving gradually towards the left by 4 stitches every time. So once we've got into the correct position, we then want to work with our coloured yarn, and I like to just check by looking on the back of the work that I'm catching that main coloured yarn that I was working with when I pick up my coloured yarn, so that we don't have any big holes and we try and keep our floats pretty minimal. So now for the next 6 stitches, you want to insert your needle as if to knit, put your yarn over your needle as normal, but instead of doing that just one time, you want to go back and wrap for a second time and then pull both of those wraps through onto your needle. So it'll look like 2 stitches, but it's really 1 stitch that's been wrapped twice. And we're going to do that for 6 stitches. So you can see here, wrap, wrap. And it's quite easy once you get going. You've done it a few times and you've got the hang of it. And of course, don't forget that when you want to come and count your stitches, there'll be apparently 2 stitches for each stitch because of those double wraps. Then you want to slip the next 2 stitches. To do this and to keep your work really nice and tidy, bring your stitches towards the tips of your needles and go tip to tip and pass these 2 stitches together and pull them as little as you can. If you pull on these stitches, they will get rather elongated themselves because we're going to be working 3 rounds when we're slipping these stitches. So once we've slipped these 2 stitches, we're ready again to make some double wrap stitches. So double wrap your yarn and pull both wraps through. And we do that for 6 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And again, tip to tip, slip those 2 stitches. So it's that simple. Round 1 is 6 double wrap stitches with your coloured yarn and 2 slip stitches. So I'm going to work around the rest of my round and I'll meet you back at the beginning of round marker. So you're meeting me now at the beginning of round marker, and I've worked round 1 of the pattern where I've made these double wrap stitches. Now we're going to continue working with our coloured yarn, and I like to check that I'm still catching my main colour yarn behind on the work. Just move that out of the way. So the first thing we want to do is slip our stitches purlwise and drop those extra wraps off the needles as we go. So insert your needle as if to purl and then simply pull the stitch off, and that extra wrap will just disappear. So you do that for all 6 stitches, and what you end up with is these 6 elongated stitches. Insert your needle through to get them all back onto your left needle so that they're ready to work. Now, because these are elongated stitches, they're quite easy to work with. If you do drop them, it's not a big deal. They're very, very simple to pick up, and they pretty much stay where you put them. So in the photo tutorial, you'll see that I've labelled these stitches 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. And what you want to do is put the tip of your right needle through stitches 4, 5 and 6, stabilise 1, 2 and 3 on your needle and pull them up and over so that stitches 1, 2 and 3 go between your stitches. Can you see how they've gone between? Not behind or in front, but through the loops of the stitch. Then use your thumb, and I kind of use lower down on my thumb to hold the stitches, and then I use the top part of my thumb to create a gap, and then I put these stitches back on. And that kind of, if you can see, I'm creating this little gap between the 2 sets of stitches by pushing my thumb in there. And I just find that that really helps when you come to knit these stitches off, because they don't slip away from you. So you can pull your thumb back a bit to reveal the stitches, and then you want to just knit into them. And continue then by knitting right across all of the 6 stitches, and that will hold your cross in place. So what we can see now is that we've generated these 3 nice parallel bars across the front of the knitting. And indeed, if we've done it right, they'll be across the back, but I don't worry too much about the back, I'm only looking at the front really. So the next thing we want to do, remember, is tip to tip, slip these stitches purlwise, and then we start another woven cross stitch. So pull your stitches onto the right needle, dropping the extra wraps, and then pop them back on your left needle. Insert your needle through stitches 4, 5 and 6, stabilising these a little bit just to stop them flying off. And if you keep your left needle in contact with your right needle as you do this, then what you'll find is these stitches won't shoot off. Stabilise them a little bit together and then work into them. And I often find, rather than trying to work into the top here, work right into this bottom part. Your knitting will just slip up naturally, but it's easier sometimes to get your needle in there than it is in other places. And this stitch requires, you know, just a little bit of practice. It's not too hard. It's very beautiful once you get going, and of course it's quite a big stitch, so you make good progress quite quickly. I just want to caution you that every single time that you've completed your woven cross stitch here, it's really worth checking that you've got your 3 parallel lines. I'm going to show you what it looks like if you make a mistake and the stitches get a little bit out of order. So let's slip our next 2 stitches tip to tip. Let's drop our extra wraps just as usual, and then pop our stitches back on to our needle. Now sometimes what happens is as we pull over or reposition or whatever, we get our stitches a little bit out of order. So let's just pretend that that happened naturally rather than me forcing it. But for, you know, I've got to demonstrate what it looks like. So let's knit our stitches now. So we knit the 3 that we've pulled over the top and the 3 that got left behind. And then just before we move on, we do a quick check and we see, oh, actually we haven't got our nice 3 parallel lines. We've got a cross in here, and that doesn't look as nice and tidy and isn't how it should be. What do we do about this? Pretty simply, just pull your stitches off the needle, undo your knitting across the top, and then just gently tease them apart. It's not hard because they're long, and don't worry about them disappearing. They're such big stitches. And then scooch them back onto your needle. And it's as simple as that. Just go again. So just make sure, even before you start to knit them, that they're in the right order. And honestly, it's very quick to check, and it makes a huge difference to not have to unpick your work or put up with mistakes. So it's worth checking as you go along before you move on to the next stitch. So I hope that all makes sense. I'm now going to carry on working my way around, making my little woven cross stitches, and I will meet you back again at the beginning of a round where we can work round 3 of our woven cross stitch pattern. So here we are, I'm back at the beginning of round marker, and we've finished working with our coloured yarn and making the woven cross stitch. We're now going to go back and work with our main colour yarn and finish rounds 3 and 4 of the pattern. I'd just like to check at the back again that I'm catching my non-working yarn. And so what we need to do for round 3 is knit 6 stitches, knit the coloured stitches, and slip your 2 slip stitches. So let's go ahead and do that. Remember, working with your main colour yarn. So knit 6, tip to tip, slip 2, knit 6, and I mean your colour stitches are pretty easy to spot, so you shouldn't have any trouble, and you don't even really need to count or anything because you just slip the 2 and knit the 6 coloured stitches, so you can kind of read your knitting as you go. So that's it. Knit 6 and slip tip to tip 2. I'll meet you round at the beginning of round marker. So here I am back at the beginning of round and ready to work round 4 of this pattern repeat. Again, I want to just make sure that I'm catching my yarn that I'm not working with the yarn that I am working with on the back of the work. Now for this round we're going to simply purl all stitches, and this is what creates this nice textured part of the stitch that goes between the woven cross stitch sections. And you're going to purl all of the stitches, including those that you've been slipping. Okay, can't slip them forever, we've got to work them at some point, and now is that moment. So work all around like that. It's a very simple round, and there you have it. You can see that we're going to create this nice textured round that sits between our woven cross stitches, and that's our 4 round repeat.